We use the same technology, it's called deep neural networks, to take the language that's expressed in therapy and to translate that into a simple therapy barcode or fingerprint that we can analyze readily. What you can see here in this line is a 1-hour session of therapy between a therapist and a patient. And the colors signify different types of dialogue that are occurring moment by moment through the session as interpreted by the artificial intelligence. At the beginning of the session, the computer detects a greeting. The therapist says, "Hello." Then for a few minutes after that, these green elements show us that the computer is detecting chit-chat or simple non-therapeutic language. If it were here in Boston, it might be about the traffic. About 8 minutes into the session, we see these pink elements. That's where the computer has detected that the therapist is starting to use structured clinical language and a range here of therapeutic techniques. In this particular session, it detects that the therapist is using something called cognitive reattribution, which is a technique that therapists use to help patients understand that they themselves may not be the root cause of all the difficulties they are experiencing. About 40 minutes in, we see more chit-chat until the end of the session when the therapist says goodbye. After each session, the patient reports the frequency of their symptoms using those questionnaire-based rating scales. And that enables us to study the relationship between exactly what's happening in the therapy session with subsequent improvement in symptoms. We've now studied over 20 million therapy language events, and we're starting to see some really important patterns. A simple example is that we've found, at least for this form of therapy, that effective care seems to be surprisingly businesslike. Therapists set an agenda for every session. They have goals for the time that they spend with patients. They review homework tasks that they've agreed with the patient. They use an abundance of these pink structured clinical techniques, and we don't see much chit-chat at all.